Hi, it's Morgan and welcome to the Dove's Nest. In today's video, you're going to help me shine my sink. Hi there and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Morgan Dove and I am a self-proclaimed hot mess mom. Yep, that's right. I am incapable, it seems, of being clean and tidy or neat. I constantly find myself shoving things in closets and screaming at everyone to hurry up and pick up before anyone comes over, and my family just feels like we are drowning in mess. So I am currently on a quest to get my life in order and get my home in order and get rid of the chaos and clutter. Helping me to do that is a woman named Marla Silly, or the FlyLady, and she wrote this book, Sink Reflections. I talked all about it in this video up here. If you haven't seen it, she is changing my life. If you are new here and you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna link this playlist up here. It's a massive home declutter. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been going through small spots in my house and just purging the crap. Because the number one rule of the FlyLady system is you can't clean clutter. And it makes total sense, right? Your house is never gonna be clean if it's overflowing with crap. So I went through and I purged at least one garbage bag per day of crap that I don't need and don't use. And it just feels so good to have that kickoff starting point. So if you haven't watched those videos, I highly recommend going and watching them. They will for sure give you some cleaning motivation. Today, I am starting off the next step of my cleaning process. Boop. My first step was to declutter the crap, and now I'm working on becoming a FlyBaby. Now, what's a FlyBaby? Marla is the FlyLady, and all of her little followers are FlyBabies. We are babies in the cleaning and organizing routine. We don't know what we're doing. We need guidance. We need help so that we can grow. It's perfectly fitting. One of the things that just blew my mind about Marla's book and really spoke to me was that everything doesn't need to be perfect. Instead, you should be taking baby steps and not starting the next step until the first one has become a habit. That way you completely avoid any overwhelm or frustration that you might have. Now, Marla suggests having a morning routine that will help you keep your house clean, as well as an evening routine and even an afternoon routine if you are home in the afternoons and if you can swing it with your time schedule. And these baby steps are actually the steps you're going to do every day that will eventually create those routines. But we're just doing them one at a time until they're habits. We're not starting a full morning routine or a full evening routine or even an afternoon routine until our baby steps are done. So what's the first baby step? It's shining your sink. If you're anything like me, you go to bed every night with a sink full of dirty dishes. Maybe they haven't even made it to the sink yet. If you're really like me, you go to bed every night with dirty pots and pans in the sink, but all the dinner dishes and all the crap is still all over the table and all over the countertop because you just don't clean up because you're too tired, trying to get kids in bed, trying to get lunches made for tomorrow morning, and you're just tired and you don't want to do anything else. So that's where I'm at. Now, Marla suggests the very first baby step be shining your sink so that you have a feeling of accomplishment. And what I thought was so funny and so counterintuitive about this step was she says, it's not important if your sink is full of dirty dishes. If your sink is full of dirty dishes, take the dishes out, put them on the counter, and just clean your sink. And then you can put the dirty dishes back in your counter and worry about them another time. Because we're just trying to create the evening habit of shining our sink so that tomorrow morning we can wake up to a nice clean kitchen that doesn't have dirty dishes. Now, shining your sink is the first baby step in the FlyLady system, but it's also the first step in creating an evening routine. So you're not gonna wake up in the morning and shine your sink because it's just gonna get dirty throughout the day. It's going to be one of the last things that you do before going to bed so that you wake up in the morning with that sparkling clean sink with no dirty dishes and no fruit flies or drain flies flying around. Does anybody else have that? Just me in Southern California here? I swear we have fruit flies everywhere. And it doesn't help that I don't put our dishes away. Anyway, it's gonna be one of the last things you do every day. I've been practicing shining my sink since about Christmas, and I've gotten into a really good habit of it. And then the last 2 nights we haven't really been home. And so I've gotten out of the habit. Now, while Marla says to take everything out of the sink, clean the sink, and put it back in, my sink right now is a bit of a disaster, and it's not quite evening time. So I have plenty of time today to actually go do my dishes, and then I'm gonna shine my sink. So why don't you join me and I will walk you through step by step of the FlyLady process of shining your sink. Okay, so you can see that I wasn't lying when I mentioned I have a sink full of dirty dishes. Okay, so I've gotten most of the dishes out. Everything else I'm going to hand wash, but first I'm going to clean out the sink. We are going to scrub and shine because it's pretty nasty. So we've gotten everything taken out of the sink. I'm now going to scrub it before I wash all these dishes because this is just gross. Now I'm going to rinse the sink with some really hot water just to get everything wet so my scrub can stick to it. FlyLady recommends using a bleach, but more importantly using a scrub. So you don't want to use a spray, you want to use something that's really going to get the grit out of your sink. So I'm using Barkeeper's Friend. I think it's awesome. It gets everything out of everything. And there we have it, a beautifully scrubbed sink. Now I'm going to tackle those couple of dishes I have left and I will be done for the day. Okay, so the last step in our shining the sink is to set out a new clean wash rag. I don't use wash rags, I use my scrubber and sponges, but I'm gonna set out a new clean hand towel. Guys, there's nothing I love more than a clean kitchen. What is it about having a clean kitchen that really does just make me feel so accomplished? Like, I feel like even if the rest of my house is a crazy mess, which it is, if my sink is clean, life is just going to be okay, right? It's just that sense of accomplishment, a little bit of sense of relief, and I just feel so much pride for having a nice, clean, shiny sink. It also really helps that I have that beautiful new farmhouse sink from our remodel, and it's nice and white, and I just really want to keep it clean. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested on joining me in my FlyLady journey, I have so many videos coming. I plan on posting 2 to 3 times a week. We're gonna get through all of these baby steps. I think I've got about 25 in my routine system. And then we're gonna start working on creating those morning routines, those evening routines, those afternoon routines, my zone cleaning routines. There's a lot coming from the Dove's Nest. So if you don't want to miss any of it, be sure to click that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video.